Ballin with the Benjamins by NotSoMLG Alli is a small retexture of pre-war money with $100 bills, including a no-brand version. A few people have inquired about this mod that I used because it wasn't the original money used in the game, which I always felt was kind of a misstep. But then again, I guess with gaming, you have to pay copyrights to every sort of effing and jeffing thing on the planet. With this mod, you can now get rid of that ridiculous Fallout money and put real money in there to further draw yourself into the game. I've been running this mod since Fallout came out last year, and to this day, I have not changed it. So, if you've always wondered as to where I got my money mod from, here it is, and download it if you choose. Do it for P. Diddy and Biggie Smalls. PreWar Binoculars by A Blind Man. This mod adds some much needed binoculars to the game. No more wondering if that distant NPC is friendly or not. They are upgradable to allow variable zoom or night vision and recon functionalities. The night vision can be toggled on and off by firing while you have the battery loaded. Batteries can be bought at ammo vendors or crafted if you're using AWKCR, armor keyword resource, something like that, just in case for those who don't know. You only need one battery. They do not run out as of yet. I've tried to keep the upgrades balanced, and as such, night vision and recon require gun, nut, and science level 1. The description for this mod is perfectly self-explanatory, and I wholeheartedly agree with the mod author that binoculars were much needed, especially at this point in the Fallout lore history. I'm very sure binoculars existed. The functionality is utterly genius in my mind, but unless you have a modded copy of Fallout and have the load distant objects very high, at times the binoculars kind of zoom into a poorly pixelated building and you can't really see that NPC until they get within the range of your distance scaling, whatever it's called. I've probably got it wrong. Overall, I fully recommend this mod. It is perfect for immersion without a shadow of a doubt, and I believe this would be a fantastic addition to any survival mode playthrough. I strongly suggest you give it a check out, but I will let you know right now that there is no third person functionality, so don't even bother. Also, the character holds the binoculars quite funny in third person. I'm sure animations will be put in place at some time to correct this. But as of yet, this is first person only, really. And for me personally, that's not really a bad thing at all. I don't mind it one bit. But this may bother other people who prefer playing in third person. Currently, I'm going to show you two mods from Tapiok. The first being OJO Bueno Ham Radio in 2K and 1K editions. It has also been updated with a wooden edition available now in the options file section. If I saw that, I would have gone with that one. The fifth OJO Bueno texture released for Fallout, the Ham Radio 3000, from Radiation King, the distress signal emitting from the ham radio found throughout the Commonwealth, available in original, wood grain, and hamless versions, i.e. without the Ham 3000 logo, in a variety of sizes from 2K to 1K, are here for the taking. I'm going to put up a photo right here showing you exactly what you get, and the level of texture work here is brilliant. Simply brilliant. When you look at the pathetic textures Bethesda slapped in, and then you see this modded piece, the level of appreciation is, I have no words. This was sorely needed. Looking at ham radios did nothing but disgust me. Now, ham radios are delightful to look at, to click on and watch the light flicker. Oh man, this is just great. Thank God for mods. This is just one of those mods that makes you realize just how great the community is. Now the immersion here can be fully realized with ham radios. For me personally, I feel this mod is a godsend. And it's a must download, without a shadow of a doubt. This is a must download mod. You have to have it, especially if you want your Commonwealth to be as realistic as possible as you traverse and try to survive this dangerous and devastating world. No longer will you be drawn out of the immersion by seeing horrible, unrealistically bad PlayStation 2 level textures. Download it now. Muy bueno. Que bueno. Me gusta. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. Next up, we have a mod that I may have done a very, very, very small feature on. Well, it's back again this time to have the proper feature it deserves. And it's Gravel redone 4K by Doodlezoid and TextureLib People. Now, this is Gravel redone in 4K. I honestly suggest you use it in 4K. I found 2K to not be... like, it's far better than vanilla, but 2K wasn't enough for me, so I jumped to 4. Completely new textures for gravel. In vanilla, the gravel looked awful, and Vivid Landscapes wasn't very gravelly. It uses textures taken from a picture, but with added things like dirt to make it look more realistic in the Commonwealth. This is my first texture release to the public. Please be nice. This was a good learning experience for me, and I'm quite happy with it. Comes with 4K, 2K, and 1K. The mod author advises 2K because 4K is pretty pointless. 1K is available for those who struggle with running the game, which gives better performance than the original textures. Mind-blowing. Better looking textures, better performance. That's like a running theme with mods in Bethesda games for Fallout 4. Now, the mod author has said 4K is useless, and for most people, 4K is useless. I found while zooming in close to the gravel, which you'll never do while gaming, you'll never be getting up in the gravel head on, face first, to really look at it. Therefore, 2K or even 1K is perfectly fine because you're not analyzing the gravel. But in my case, as I'm analyzing the gravel and looking at it closely, I'm getting closer to it than the average gamer would ever bother giving half a flying fuck about. Be that as it may, I prefer to go with 4K. Now, on top of this, I also have a 4K monitor. My point being, this mod is a must-have. Another must-have. Super immersive. Fantastic. With a capital fan and a fucking tastic. This gravel is just so much better. So, light years ahead of vanilla. Light years. Truly immersive. While walking past the gravel, I thought to myself, this looks great. This is what gravel's supposed to look like. That's what it's supposed to be. And with the original textures, it looks like rocks that are crushed to paper-thin sizes and pasted on the ground carelessly. I mean, really. Vanilla textures are a travesty. The fact that most vanilla textures use up more VRAM and they're more performance heavy than these fantastic modded textures that are far more beautiful to behold, more immersive, and they run better. It's a no-brainer. If you're not using this gravel mod or any gravel mod, I strongly suggest you get this mod and put it in your game and enjoy those tiny fucking rocks of beauty. Enjoy them. I like rocks more in real life now because of this mod. Vehicle Overhaul by Quaz30. This very simple mod's aim is to increase the realism of Boston's environment. The mod author found it always unnatural that there were no taxis or police cars in Fallout 4. That's why the mod author created this mod, which adds 4 new types of vehicles into the Commonwealth: police cruiser, taxis, ambulance, and army trucks. You can find them scattered about the wasteland. The new vehicles added by the mod author are destructible. That means if you shoot them, they will explode like the vanilla cars. If you think the mod author should add any other type of vehicle, car, etc., please write your ideas in the comments sections. And I agree with the mod author. In fact, I like this mod so much, I actually put it on top of one of my other favorite mods that adds a great deal of realism with rust and degradation of the cars in Fallout 4. Maybe I'll do a video on that later because I don't think I've done one on it, but it's very beautiful and I highly recommend it. And this mod I also recommend for the simple realism and immersion it adds. The mod author caught on to something that we as a community either A, missed, or B, didn't bother saying anything about, or C, someone did and that inspired the mod author. I believe they say genius is to see everything else everyone else sees, but to think what no one else has thought. And I find this to be a great addition. Fantastic. It really is. Like when you're walking around the wasteland, now you can see police cruisers next to a whole bunch of other crashed cars, or a taxi that went into a pole, and now your mind can create the chaos and mayhem that ensued during these bombs dropping, thus bringing you further into the world and making you think deeper on the events that have unfolded and transpired in Fallout 4, therefore making the scattered skeletons and charred and gnarled bones strung about the wasteland and near wrecks hit home much closer to you and make you more cognizant of the horror that must have gone on. Or maybe I'm just overthinking the situation, who knows, but I will say that I know this. If you're not using this mod or any mod that modifies the cars in the wasteland to add more realism and immersion, I think you might want to try this one. Vivid Fallout Roads and Bridges by Hine 84. The mod author finally found the time to continue the series and added the roads, some bridges, and a lot of concrete. It shouldn't just look good, but give you a nice performance boost as well. The textures are less VRAM heavy than the originals, except the 4K upgrade, of course. The mod author suggests to use it for screenshots only. Many city grounds and walls are edited as well. A nice gain in FPS should be noticeable everywhere, especially in downtown Boston. Fantastic. Now, this mod is great, honestly. This is another good and immersive mod. I will say that I do have a slight problem with it, and that's the fact that some textures, like the metal scaffoldings on bridges, don't seem to load for me. It's weird. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but it could be my load order. I've messed with it, but still, there are some textures that aren't present for me. Nonetheless, this most likely will not happen to you, due to the fact that my Fallout is modded to all hell. Therefore, there could be any number of problems and conflicts going on that are all attributed to user error. Most likely, you will not experience the same issues that I have. Now, onto the models and textures that could work for me. They are blatantly obvious as soon as you see them. Once you're walking around in downtown Boston, you will see a cavalcade of brick textures, better sidewalks, even cracks in the concrete that have been added. The concrete has also been altered in color to a more darker tone. What you get with this mod is phenomenal. The level of detail added is once again far more immersive than what you get with the vanilla textures. And as the mod author said, there is an FPS boost. It's actually quite astonishing. It's beautifully done. And as the mod author has proven, this will continue to be upgraded with time. And I cannot wait to see what comes of it. This is without a doubt a much needed change for the bridges. The immersion factor has gone up substantially for me while walking along the highways of the wasteland and looking down and seeing the rust piling up, the cracks in the concrete, the uneven asphalt, seeing grass emerge from the crevices of brick-laid pattern sidewalks is once again another immersive boost because frankly over time concrete pretty much degrades, breaks due to rain falling and then the sun drying it, concrete expanding in summer, contracting in winter, etc., then becoming more susceptible to cracking. Plants and grass grow in between the crevices, and the mod author has actually added this on the sidewalks. It's quite impressive. I strongly suggest you check out this mod if you want to just kick up, son of a bitch, if you want to just kick up your level of immersion. Grab the Damn Mag by Monkatraz, and unfortunately this is not on consoles yet. I'm sorry about that. Mod authors, don't use this mod as an excuse to get a custom animation set. This is meant for users. However, you can include this in your mod, and I recommend a new animation keyword, just to give me credit under Monkatraz. This mod fixes a lot of the massive clipping issues for weapons that have that M4 and M16 AK FAL layout happening with the animations, mainly with the mods that have that animation with the mag going in sideways. This fixes that particular animation. Warning, this kind of breaks the normal Thompson submachine gun. It wasn't as bad as the clipping on modded weapons, so I consider it a good trade-off. Fallout 4 Blog JP did a much better showcase than the mod authors. And essentially, this mod is exactly what the description states. It grabs the damn mag. It fixes the clipping animation that you would find while reloading your gun. Like you'd fire off and then it's like your character under the normal animation would just warp the clip into the gun. It's like magically go through this solid object to reload your weapon. Now that's no longer the case, and the animation is very welcome. I enjoyed a great deal since I do use a lot of custom weapons in Fallout 4 simply because I don't care for most of the vanilla weapons. So if you don't care for the vanilla weapons, if you aren't in love with the Thompson submachine gun, then this is a no-brainer for you. This is definitely a mod you'll probably want to snatch up and use with all of your custom weapon presets that include using magazines, mags, whatever you want to call them. I'm not a gun buff. I have a very small penis. Fridge Retextures by Corrence Wolf is a very simple mod that basically takes the original assets of Fallout 4 and gives them a more weathered and distressed look. Now refrigerators look as if they have survived a nuclear fallout or have been raided multiple times while people continuously looking for any morsel of food or part to resource. Comes in two different designs. There is the weathered version and the post-war distressed version. Each are there for your choosing no matter what. You don't have to choose one or the other. They're both inside of your workshop options list. Also, this mod uses less resources than the original resolution maps from Bethesda. And well, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you as always for tuning into my channel. And I'm out of here. I'm just out. I've been editing this for hours now. I think I'm starting to go stir crazy. Someone get this cat off me. Hasta luego. Get off me, dude. Sorry, cat.